to another episode of SiXFramesPodcast. Hey, we made it. Episode 14. Yeah. I forgot. We got so many episodes just floating around out there. This is great. We done made it to 14, y'all. Still trucking. We're going to push for the big 2-0 pretty soon here.
Whoop, whoop. 2-0.
Big 2-0, that's right. So this is the podcast where we talk about video games, movies, anime, comics, everything pop culture related. And to prove that Florida man is not a myth, he does exist.
In our hearts.
What's that knocking on the door? Always right there.
What do you mean? We're all Florida, man.
Well,
and he sells tickets to heaven behind the KFC.
That he bought from Jesus.
That he got from Jesus. Yes. This is good. I love it. Too funny. I'm glad you showed me that earlier. That's a great story. You guys gotta look that up when you get a chance. It is real, by the way.
And do the Fireman Challenge. It's all accurate.
It's all accurate. It is.
Challenge
all right.
1, get a gator.
So leading off here, you have Jamal.
Kevin.
Zed, also known as Miles.
Lamp.
Jacob.
All right. We have a semi-full house, but we're gonna make it work.
We will.
This is great. We're gonna roll it in there.
It's boys' night.
What happened?
It's boys' night.
All right. So the first topic, I guess me and Jacob are gonna kind of handle this one. So we just wanted to fill you guys back in on Deadly Class. I know we talked about this a few episodes ago, and they recently just had their season finale. 10 episodes, right?
Yeah.
And well, Jacob, I'll let you lead on this. How'd you feel about it? How'd you like that season finale?
Son, oh man.
Mm-hmm.
Diablo?
Diablo.
The characters? The action?
Everything.
Man, this show is amazing.
Yeah, it is. It's really. I'm still surprised that this is a sci-fi production show. It is just so good.
Have you seen Happy?
I was about
Yeah,
to say,
Happy.
sometimes they put out for the ones they feel strong with. For example, like you said, Happy.
Yeah,
The
Happy's
CG
great.
for the imaginary characters looks good.
Mm-hmm, real good.
And then for Deadly Class, when they have the animation, the 2D animation cuts, when people do their like backstory and their history on the characters,
So well.
it's so well done. It looks so cool. I'm like, dang, this is awesome. I love that they do this. Whenever you meet a new character and you try to, all right, well, what makes them relevant? What happened to them that's traumatic? That kind of ties them into this misfit crew. And then they do like a little flashback animation of them and their childhood, and this is what took place, and now we're here, and this is why they're here. So that's awesome. I love that they do that. But go ahead, Jacob.
Yeah, I guess for the season finale, they had a Kill Bill reference. It was so cool. I'd say for starters, Lynn.
Oh, Master Lynn. Mm-hmm.
So much.
Use your words, Jacob.
I know, right?
So
Put it
much.
together.
I'm sorry, bro. That episode, I didn't want it to end, bro.
I know,
wanted
right?
more.
It felt like watching a movie. That's how good this final episode was. It was like, dang, like every other minute, something was happening. It was intense. Every corner turn, you were like right down the edge of your seat with the characters.
So funny, so hilarious, so tense at times. You can't breathe at times. Oh my god.
Yeah, no, it's a tight episode. Episode 10. 10.
Like, okay, so Chester for one, his name is Bleakface.
Just so y'all know, Chester's name is Fuckface. Sorry. Because if you see him, half of his face is burnt up and messed up, and he has like this weird, like pig-shaped nose, and his eyes all jacked up from the burn scar he has. So he coined his name as Fuckface because he wants to be like a famous murderer, and he wants to become popular for it because he wants to get noticed because he's crazy, right? That's his character. But go ahead, Chester.
And I could say with Chester, with that pig nose type of attribute for him, I guess it could fit because he likes to, hump dogs.
Excuse me?
What? He likes to,
So Chester...
I'm sorry, is this the episode of Black Mirror?
It's not an episode of Black Mirror. Go ahead, Zed.
Bestiality for the win?
Yeah.
Nope.
So yes, Chester the molester. He's a very.
If y'all can see Lamp's face.
I know you're looking at us crazy. Well, first of all, we ain't gonna talk about what you like to watch. But
if you do that, the police come knocking, alright?
They be like, "What's that you talking about?"
So that's one of the cool things about the show is that these characters, they're so well developed. They all have these crazy, kooky, whatever background stories or characteristics that makes them unique, right? Each one is individual. They're not kind of like, oh, they're all criminals. They all did something bad. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
No, there's a story to each one that defines them. And Chester, he's just this really, really disturbed, messed up character. Like, he's the epitome of like a villain,
Mm-hmm.
where like he bullies people, he abuses others, he molests animals because he feels that dogs understand him. And it's true. This is just his character. This is how he's written. I mean, this ain't me. This is just how his character's written.
Yeah.
He feels that dogs are loyal, so he can always trust a dog, but he can't trust another human. And him abusing and hurting someone else, that builds character for that person. Because I don't know if you knew that, but he did that to what's the main guy's name?
Marcus.
Marcus.
Mm-hmm.
Like he abused Marcus.
Yeah, he did.
And Marcus is that's what caused the whole incident at the orphanage in the first place. Because of that incident. And he was like, oh, you're still upset about that? Goes, oh, don't worry about that. That builds character. That's what makes a man out of you. I'm like, what? Are you serious?
He sound like your trailer park dad.
Yeah, that's what he is. And because that's what he went through growing up. He was abused and touched, I'm guessing. And he just kind of went with it. And, bro, he's wild. He is a wild character.
Mm-hmm.
But to kind of add on to what Jacob was saying, in that final episode, it's like a big showdown between him and the main crew of kids that kind of group together within the season. Mm-hmm. And they have like a big final standoff. And it's, it's great. It's climactic, and without giving out too much for the people who want to see it, it ends great. And it definitely leaves you on the edge. And you're like, damn, what happened?
Season 2.
I gotta see what happens next. And then boom, there it is. Alright, episode's done. Season 2. See y'all next year. Come on.
Dang it, bro.
So no, they did a great job with this show, man. And I definitely recommend it for the rest of you guys that haven't had a chance to see all the episodes, even if you saw like 1 or 2 episodes. Yeah. Trust me, it's worth your time. Go ahead, Zin.
I've actually seen a few episodes. Like I was telling you earlier.
Yeah.
I'm all over because sci-fi don't do marathons anymore like they used to.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to watch it. It's just half the time I'm working at that time. So
right, yeah, understandable.
Yeah.
But yeah, whenever you get a chance, because I'm pretty sure they'll get a time where they'll just run them all back to back to back. And who knows, maybe they have a thing with Netflix where they might release it like how they have Happy.
Or Z Nation. That's how I was able to catch
Z Nation too. Also a sci-fi show that's on Netflix. So, maybe something good will come out of it and they can hook it up and have Netflix appear with a Deadly Class. But yeah, it's great, dude. That season finale.
So, wait. I have a question. Are you going to get the comic book?
I do. I admit that after watching the show, I want to read the comic now to know more about the characters. Because now I'm invested in the show, and now that we're moving on to the next phase, season 2, I'm like, all right, I want to kind of go back and get the real detail on everybody and who they are and where they. The show can only give you so much within that 40 to 50 minute time range that it airs. So, yeah, I definitely want to check out the comics for it. At least the ones where the season is. I don't know how the new ones are right now, but I definitely want to check out the older ones.
All right.
Cool. Anything else we're missing? Go
ahead. Yeah. I wanted to say from, watching the show from beginning to end, I could say when it focused on Marcus, because it seemed like he was a pivotal character of the series.
Right.
And you see how, everybody's just on looking at him, like everybody's just looking at him as the new kid. Oh, he has this reputation as a child killer because of what happened in the orphanage. And so just seeing how he changed as to the new kid and everybody, within his, I guess his group, following him, just being led by his plan to try to settle this showdown with Chester and the crazy things that happened that lead up to it.
Right.
Which we can't give too much of.
Right.
Because it kind of brings in a crazy kind of villain called Diablo.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, for one thing, this dude, when I kept staring at his face, he reminded me of that dad from Wizard of Waverly Place. I was like,
is he the guy? He's
no,
not.
No,
okay.
He's not.
I never watched the show, so I'm asking.
But he was the actor from Robin Hood on Tights, the blonde hair guy, the big muscle dude.
The let me see. You have it pulled up?
No, I don't have it pulled up, but
no, I don't think that's the same. That's not the same guy. Because the guy he's talking about, Diablo, he's Mexican.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You're talking about the white guy. I know who you're talking about.
I'm thinking about another Disney show. That's what I'm thinking about.
All right.
Never mind. Sorry.
That's okay. Good
Yeah,
ahead.
so he kind of threw me for a loop. I was like, "You do that now?"
this you, my boy? This what we at in life? Drug cartel? Okay.
Because, bro, this man is violent, bro.
He's not.
Street cred
Master
is.
Lin. Oh, I feel so bad for him.
I do feel bad for him.
Master Lin.
Oh man, because in the beginning it shows that Master Lin, he's one of the head guys of the school.
Yeah, he's like one of the headmaster, principal, I guess, of this private school, like we talked last time, that's made just for kids who are part of families that do like organized crime or whatever. Mm-hmm. So like they send their kids to this school specifically so they can kind of follow in their footsteps of crime. So they kind of teach them the way of becoming crime bosses or whatever, and fight and different techniques and stuff to be a good criminal, I guess, sort of say. And
to defend themselves against anything.
Yeah, and to defend themselves in a game. But yeah, he's like the headmaster of the school.
Yeah, I could say. Season finale. All right. Yeah, what I can say is that, yeah, just following his story as the headmaster. Mm-hmm. I mean, just teaching every student the ways of mastering the art of killing or fighting. Right. And to seeing his kind of like backstory that he'll always talk to with students, well, major students like Marcus or Saya. Just to see how everything led to the season finale. Oh man.
Yeah, the build-up is great.
The build-up
they do a good job. They do a good job taking you there, and then once it hits there, bam.
And
all right, bye. I'll see you too.
and another thing I want to mention too is like Billy, for instance, to see
that's the Mohawk kid, right?
Yeah,
Billy.
Mohawk.
Yeah, I like him.
To see how kind of worked and scared he is when it comes to killing people. Yeah, it's like these kids are being thrust into the situation that they were trained for in the school, but when they're out in the field, it's like, man, have I really become a monster? Right. I'm scared to be me. This school has taught me so much, and I don't know if I can stay in the school. Yeah. For example, Marcus, he's one of the pacifist kids who, feel the need to,
Him and Willie. The big black kid. Yeah.
He's scared, man.
He's scared.
But he has to put up a front, so his gang can know he has street cred. He has a reputation.
Yeah, he's talking about Willie, the big guy.
Yeah. So, to see what happened, bro, to him at the end, it's crazy, man. And that cliffhanger, bro.
Yeah, we keep talking about that cliffhanger.
Oh, by the way, I found it. It's not him. It's a different actor.
Yeah, but that's the David Zayas.
Yeah,
so that's the guy that plays Diablo in the show. He's the lead of the Mexican cartel. That Maria, one of the other girls, is a part of. What's the other girl? Koryoko?
Are you talking about the
Japanese? What's her name?
Saya.
Toriko?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Saya. I know. What do you say, Toriko? Get out of here. They gonna, oh my god. Shonen jumping gotta be in everything, okay?
About to sing that opening.
Yeah, I think her name is Saya.
Yeah, I think that's her. But for some reason, I'm just thinking of her last name.
Her last name?
It's something with a K. Yeah, Kuroki. Yeah, Saya Kuroki. That Maria and Kuroki bumping heads. They got a little love triangle going on in the show with your boy.
I just feel like it wasn't worth it. I knew it was like a love triangle, but I just feel like it was just too much.
Like they didn't need to add it? Yeah.
They didn't need to add it too much. I know it was a mistake. I can't give away any spoilers, but with Maria, she was acting too crazy, bro.
Well, you heard they said that's like her thing. Everybody's like, yo, Maria's crazy. Be careful with her. You need to like stay away from Maria. You don't know what you're getting into when you get involved with her.
Especially with the events that spiral because of her.
Right, exactly. Like pretty much everything happened the way it kind of did because of Maria, if you think about it. Yeah. It did. Maria really got all this shit into action. I mean, the whole Chester situation was going to happen regardless, but all the other chaos that takes place in between is really because of Maria.
And let's not forget Lynn's sister.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, Master Lynn's sister that comes back. Okay. Yeah, she's another evil
that.
person.
I hate that hose.
What?
Hate that hose. Hose.
Take the ass off.
You know, like a garden hose that
Son,
you use.
you're taking your censorship to another level.
Like censorship's like, damn, we need to learn from this guy.
For real.
The FCC
All
should
right.
hire you. Man.
Well, that's Deadly Class in a nutshell. Watch it. Highly recommend it. The show is great.
Hopefully it comes out on Netflix.
I hope it does, so you guys can get
It
a chance
should.
to.
I mean, if they have Happy, they should have it.
Yeah, and then Z Nation. I hope if they follow suit and be like, all right, Netflix, go ahead and put it on there so people can watch it because it's great. It really is great. All right, so next on the list we have the new horror movie Toy Story 5. I couldn't even say that with a straight face. Bum bum.
I have a
So I don't know what I watched when y'all showed me this.
Son.
Because I'm thinking it's going to be like all the other little teaser trailers with the happy characters. And I'm all right, Toy Story, cool. You know, I was there since the first one. I get it. I'm along for the ride. And I'm playing it. I'm like, what is this? What? First of all, the color palette, way different than the other ones. I don't know if you guys noticed that. It's a lot darker. Like, the colors are really, really toned down. It's kind of like the last Cars movie. Did you see the most recent Cars movie?
Yeah.
Like, it has that vibe to it. It's like they're
It's
trying
a
to
DC
add this.
It's a DC movie.
It is a DC Toy Story, DC Comics. It's like they're trying to add this like realistic element to it, but still keep it kind of kiddie. Like they want to appeal to the adults and the little ones. Like just make the movie. You know, I mean, we liked it for what it was worth when it first came out.
Yeah,
just
pretty
keep
much.
it rolling on that same path. I mean, the last Toy Story was already kind of dark with the level lot there.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
So like,
It was great.
no, it was. It was a good
God.
film. But now it's like they're like, all right, how much further can we really push it? Now we got inanimate objects we want to bring to life. But, and then we'll go around. I'll let all you guys talk about it. But yeah, that was just my perception of the trailer. I was taken away when I seen those little like ventriloquist doll dummy looking things.
Fucking Oro Z on that
In
shit.
in the antique shop in the beginning. I was like, what the hell is this?
Where's my Brad Pitt?
Wait, you gotta save them. Jesus.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go around. I'm gonna let you guys talk about it. Kevin, you wanna
I don't know what to say.
add on?
Why is this a horror movie? I don't know. When I saw it, I didn't know what to expect, but I knew they were talking about Bo Peep,
Right.
and then when they showed Bo Peep, I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right. So what's this? What's the gist of the story? Oh, we're lost. We gotta find the Sporky.
Whatever that thing
this
is.
made up friend, I guess. And then she meets Bo. So Woody goes out. He finds Bo Peep, and Woody's like, I'm not leaving. This is my sanctuary. I must stay here. I was like, what's going on in this movie? And then you see dummies flying around. I don't know. I can't explain. This is all over the place. This movie.
Yeah, it is very, very intense. Very intense
I don't
trailer.
know how to explain them.
Zed, what you got for me?
You know how I feel about Disney right now.
All right,
Oh,
Lance,
Lord.
what you got? Lance, what you got for me for the Toy Story trailer?
Oh man. Oh. I mean, when I initially saw it, like I was excited.
Right,
I
of course.
was like, oh snap! And actual Toy Story trailer. I'm like, yes, let's do this. Let's see what it's about. And I'm actually happy that they went with the route of kids creating their own toys and then they're actually springing to life
Okay.
instead of them just being initially toys in the first place.
Right.
Because like when you're a kid, you usually do that type of stuff. Like you make your own friends, imaginary friends, or you just take stuff together. Like I've had like some weird ass creation friends that I've made in my past, so I relate to that plot. So I'm like, this is cool. It's like it sort of like touches me back in my own childhood because that's what I did. And then like when the whole idea of him not wanting to be a toy because he knows he's a spoon fork,
Right.
a spork,
Mm-hmm.
and he just yeets himself out the window.
Suicidal sport here.
I don't want to live no more.
Bro.
Calm down.
And I'm like, yo, this is like the fourth time that they all got, not all, but they got lost again. First Toy Story, second, third, fourth.
Yes,
It's like, I mean, to me, it's not much of a cliche because toys do get lost often.
Right.
When you're a kid, so it's not really much of a cliche, but like you can spice it up a little bit, like that. I'm not gonna get to it, but like the old plot they have from Toy Story 3, like how they had to go find Buzz's original creator.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was like a a scrapped project idea where they had to like go to a toy maker and try to fix Buzz before he died or whatever.
Right.
They could have actually touched that or go back to that, but they went for another. Oh, we're lost. We gotta get back to our kid.
Right.
But we had to go through this Toy Story 3 plot again because
new friend, old friend.
Yeah, new friends, old friends. Them coming back to go save Woody. It's like I said, it's Toy Story 3 again, except we're in a different location. We're with Bo Peep, which heavens know how she got lost. Will they explain?
Right, I'm sure they tell.
Show us like later on. And then we have this mafia going around, which is like the same as the Lanzo. His name was Lonzo. The bear.
The Laugh-A-Lot bear.
Yeah, I forgot. I think his name was Lonzo or something like that. I forgot. But he's pretty much he was like
something.
He was pretty much like the boss of the daycare.
Right.
Now we
yeah.
have her being the boss of the carnival, which is like the new setting.
Mm-hmm.
And like I still have a good amount of high hopes for the movie itself because it's Toy Story. I love the characters. I love the environments. The toys coming to life. They're interacting with new elements.
Mm-hmm.
It may be the same plot, but it's new elements. So it's like I want to see how far they'll take it still. But at the same time, it's like step up your game at least a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Right. Yeah. Give us something. Give us a new plot or something.
Yeah.
Like you said, spice it.
It felt a little bit safe, if anything.
Right, yeah, like we know what we use for the other one, so let's stick to it. Lots of. Okay.
He was a good antagonist too. He had a
smells like strawberries.
All right, Jacob, what you got for me?
Okay, so my thoughts on this trailer.
It's all over the place.
Long pause.
Yeah.
Long
Okay.
dramatic pause.
It kind of felt like, all right, those dummies.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like a.
Is that supposed to be Goosebumps?
They did look like the Goosebumps dummies.
Yeah, they really do. So
yeah, Slappy or whatever his name was.
Yeah,
Dummy. His name wasn't it Dummy? Just Dummy.
It's Slappy.
Yeah, it kind of took me off guard. It was like, okay, what are they doing here? And so it kind of goes back into the dark / DC type of era, and especially since this is Disney. Why are you trying to do DC stuff?
That's their water.
It's their water.
That's their murky water.
And I guess they're heading towards the like most of you guys have mentioned before, the Lotso route with the that type of dark type of atmosphere, especially with the miner dude from was that Toy Story 2?
Oh damn! What was his name? The one that was with Jesse and what was the horse name? Oh my god!
You're forgetting everything, so. Cool.
Well, I know what you mean. The miner.
Yeah, the miner.
The prospector.
The prospector.
The
old prospector guy. Yeah.
Yeah, and Toy Story 1 with Sid. I mean, the dark elements fall into place, but it feels like it's getting amped up even higher with all the muted colors.
Mm-hmm.
Toned down.
It feels kind of like that Cars movie. That has that kind of same color palette.
It's like toys hell, man.
They're suffering from their lives.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Like with Sid, it was like how toys get mistreated.
Mm-hmm.
Part 2 was like about how toys are like not really played with.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're just put there and just never touched.
Become collectibles.
Part 3 was about giving away your toys, and now part 4 is like
Sanctuary. Because he
just like Toy Soldier.
Oh, that's right.
I made that reference the other day.
I had a what's it called? What do you call those things? A theory. And my theory is this is a prequel to Toy Soldiers.
Because remember, in Toy Soldiers, the Gorgonites were looking for their sanctuary so they can like hide out and be away from everybody and live in peace. but the soldiers are trying to, kill him or whatever, stop them.
Voiced by Tommy Lee Jones.
Yep, Tommy Lee Jones was at least because they were the bad guys in the toys. But the toy themselves, when they got to play with them, they realized they were the good guys and the soldiers were the bad ones.
And the Barbie scene.
Yeah, the inappropriate Barbie.
Look at all them girls.
But yeah, Kevin made a reference to that the other night, saying this is a prequel to Toy Soldiers. Like everybody realizes the toys are alive.
Yeah, that's the only conclusion is that they realize they're alive. You can walk.
And that's where they end it.
Toy Story 5.
They live.
Toy Story 5 is everybody's wiped out and all the toys are still alive.
Oh my gosh. Post-apocalyptic Woody and Buzz. You see the Slinky, the dog, and the T-Rex are like fused together. Rex and the Slinky dog are fused together.
Hey, Woody!
Oh my god.
They're trying to post out like Russ and
the
dinosaur.
And I quote this from Kung Pao Enter the Fist. When they see Rex and Slinky morph together, what in God's name is that thing?
That would be great.
Hey, Buzz!
Oh my god.
Alright, so Toy Story 4, be on the lookout for. Is there a release date for it yet?
Was there a release date? I think it's coming pretty soon.
It should. I mean,
it should be this year.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna come out this year.
But
I wonder how soon is it coming out? Yeah, let's check it out and see. Because I know Disney has their whole lineup ready. They got
that's our lineup.
EndGames. We got.
Oh, you're talking about that lineup, alright.
I'm just saying because all their
It's
movies.
the Disney lineup.
We got EndGames. We got Dumbo still coming out.
Oh yeah. So it's coming out June 21st.
June 21st. Okay, so they're saving it for the summer.
Really? Doesn't Spider-Man come out that time?
Did Spider-Man come out in June?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I mean, but remember now.
What?
But for Spider-Man, that's still Sony though. In partnership with Disney on that, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know. Maybe they got something worked out. We'll have to check that out. All right, Toy Story.
Toy
Awesome.
Story. We're gonna watch it anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
No question about it.
Can't get around it.
Tell me how it is.
We will.
Bring
We'll
the tissues.
Bring them tissues.
Bring
I
out
mean-
the tissues or like
It's July. July.
Spider-Man's July. Okay, so all right, cool. Yeah, because Tom Hanks said he was in that booth tearing up, my boy. He said,
what? Crying for the horror?
That's why he was crying. He was like, but wait till y'all see this.
It's like y'all gonna have nightmares.
You like us?
I'm crying
And
for the
watch
children.
Toy Story 4.
I'm crying for the children right now that have to watch this.
He's probably like, I'd rather go back to being, Lieutenant Miller again. World War II.
Right.
That's funny.
Now I'm scared.
At the end of Toy Story 4, you're gonna see Woody all broken up. Buzz comes up to him. Forky's gonna come up to him. He's gonna be like, "Earn this."
Yeah, pass the torch to Forky.
Oh my god.
Because he's going to save Forky, like Saving Private Ryan.
That would be a terrible plot. When he passes the torch,
You would
to
die
Forky,
laughing.
He'll give the hat to Forky, be like, "You're the toy now." Like, get the hell out of here.
Oh my god.
You're the sheriff now.
You're the sheriff.
You're the
now.
sheriff.
He holds his hand. There's a snake
Right.
in my
Pull the
book.
string for the last time as it dies. There's a snake removed.
Right.
There it is. We figured it out, y'all. You ain't gotta see it now.
If that happens, I'm walking out.
I would just get up and yell. Just
That would be me. That would be me in the back.
just walk out the theater. Are you
Hey, so my
serious?
money back on my refund.
Hey, but sir, you finished the film. I don't know.
Okay.
Damn. You sitting there for 2 hours for that bullshit.
Give him the hat. Forky, get out of here.
Good stuff. All right, next on the list, we gotta keep it rolling, y'all. Is Love, Death, and Robots.
Yeah.
Amazing. So Netflix has this series, Love, Death, and Robots, where it's a compilation of all these different animations from all these great studios. And, from just the first one to the last, they're all great. Mm-hmm. You pick anyone that you like, that you fancy, and it's amazing. I just like them all. I have my favorites out of them, but all in all, great stuff, man. You can tell they really put in a lot of work for each one of these episodes with the detail, the CG, for the ones that are 2D animated. Those look amazing and fluid. And they all share a theme with the love, death, and robots. Either the episode has love and death, or it has robots and death, or it has love and robots, something in it. They all kind of linked together. There's a common theme between all of them. I want to say death is in all of them. Yeah, I think in every episode somebody dies.
Or it's a metaphor to death.
Right, or it's a metaphor to death. Yeah, just about all the episodes, I believe. I'm just kind of running through my head. I don't think there was one that didn't involve death or some sort of love. Maybe they all didn't have robots, but they all definitely had that love and death in them.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be robots, but it's sort of like machine. Or
right, technology, advancement. So that's true too. Now that you mentioned that, that is also true. So I can say that's the common theme with all of them then. Love, death, and robots. Speaking for myself, my favorite is definitely the first episode, the one that we got to show Lamp, Sony's Edge. Oh man, beautiful. I liked it, and I'll ask you how you felt about it too, Lamp, since you only got to see that one and then the second one after that. But personally, I mean, the best part, of course, was the battle between the two monsters. I mean, it don't get no better than that. The fluidity of the fighting and the motion when he flipped her and she landed on the wall and ran around the wall. I lost my shit. I'll tell you, that's the one I watched. I watched that episode like 5 or 6 times just for that one scene. I was like, what? I kept reminding it. It's like, look how he flipped, and she was like, clink. She's like, my boy. And she ran around the wall and jumped over him and hit him with that tail. I was like, oh, this is perfect. This is what I need to see. Put this in the Godzilla.
I want to see Godzilla parkouring on buildings.
For real, I want to see him run and flip and do a tail dive and straight slap him with his...
It's an earthquake every 5 seconds. Oh my god.
Have Mothra swooping down doing backflips, cartwheels.
In the air.
Creating hurricanes.
Right. I want all that. Oh, it was so good. I love it. And the detail was amazing. Man. Really good. Lamp.
You gonna start with me?
Yeah, I'm gonna start with you. I'm gonna start with you.
So, this. Look, listen. If you love robots, you love kaijus, watch. Not even that. Just if you love animation in general, this is definitely the. Would you really consider it a show?
No,
it's like a compilation of.
It's just a compilation.
All right, so just watch this compilation. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. Every work had details. It's beautiful. Like 4K on the X backs. that shit looks gorgeous, and we can't deny that.
Right.
Imagine just a full on animation, a short animation about that. With that, it's like it's beautiful. But like I'm gonna talk about the first episode. Mm-hmm. It's you have to see it to experience. It's beautiful. It's all beautiful. And not even that. The story itself is not just the robots and the way everything looks in the kaiju, but the story itself, even though it's short and not really much of like a plot per se, but like an idea. It's an idea of one character and how she deals with her life. And I actually have a question about that too, because okay, spoilers for the first episode.
That's fine.
Please just watch it. Stop here, watch it first, and then come back later. The spoilers. I want you guys to experience this for yourself. But at the end, after her body got, destroyed, she started talking again through the speakers. Mm-hmm. And even though it was from the speakers, is she still linked with that monster?
Yes. Her subconscious is still linked with that monster.
That is beautiful.
Yeah. That was the cool part about it. Like when she was talking and they were like, I think towards the end when they kind of realized what was happening and before they could like turn, it was the done deal. Yeah. She already had broke through and grabbed him.
Because the thing is, like during that battle, like when you see the battle, you understand. But like, it's sort of like Pokemon / what's that movie with it's Pokemon / Pacific Rim where you just link yourself to your monster or robot, whatever, and you let them fight in this arena.
Right.
So, like, throughout the whole battle, she's just, this motionless, not motionless, but like she's just like in her element. Like she's not moving at all.
Yeah,
she's not doing
like
anything.
in this meditation.
No flinching, no anger. And the other guy that she goes up against is like he's very expressive. He's like, yeah, you're going down, bitch, or yeah, he's raging now. Yeah, he's raging now. He's doing all this stuff. He's connected to the monster, but at the same time, he's himself. But when she's doing it, she's like calm. She's like, it's like she's not even there. She's in the monster itself.
Yeah.
So she's pretty much fighting the monster as the monster, and it's just so cool. And the fight. Oh,
Well, I got something that contradicts that. I thought she was the monster the whole time.
Yeah, I felt the same way.
Well,
she did say she was fighting for her life.
Yes,
that is true. Yeah,
she is. Yeah, I was gonna. Once he was finished, I was gonna add on to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, she is, because, like Zed said, the one thing that gives her the one up on her opponents is that she's fighting for her life when she's in there. It's her linked with that monster. For everybody else, it's just them. Whatever. If I win, I win. If I don't, who gives a fuck, right? I'm here. I ain't in there fighting. For her, she's in there. I have to win, because if this beast dies, I'm gone. I'm dead. My subconscious is gone. That's it. Bye. Go ahead, Zed.
If you notice the meditation state you're talking about,
Mm-hmm.
the little thing she had in her head, it would go off when she went into the monster.
Yeah. There's a little detail, too, now that you mention it.
And when the body went off, you heard her speaking. It's like, I had that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
That her brain is in this beast.
Yep. So she just used the human form as like an avatar, I guess.
Yeah.
Pretty much because of what she said happened to her when she got jumped and raped or whatever. And they destroyed her skull, so they uploaded her into the system so she could be a part of the beast. But yeah, that story, I don't know. I love that one. That one's my favorite.
Yeah.
Just from the plot and the battle and everything incorporated. Good stuff. And then you saw the second one with the 3 robots.
Yep. that was just a treat. Honestly.
Yeah, that one was just for shits and giggles. It was great.
Like it's wonderful. It's just like after the first episode, you're like, oh, this is intense. This is great. And the second episode is like more mellow, chillax. Just sort of like a sit back and just enjoy yourself and get ridiculed by the robots that are joining us to this current day. And bro, I felt burned. All right, I was roasted. All right. Oh, it's a great series. Definitely give it a watch.
Yeah,
please.
It's awesome.
That kaiju fight, bro.
I'm sure. Now wait till you watch the other episodes.
Yeah, you got
There's a lot more cool stuff you'll appreciate. Trust me.
Fight.
Trust me. All right, so Zed, I'll let you. One of your favorite episodes from the.
I had a lot.
Of course, they're all great. But if you could pick one,
I'll just give like
really
top 3.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more of an action kind of person, so top 3. Sunny's Edge is in the top 5. Let's push that one. Top 1's probably Secret Wars, which is the last one.
Secret Wars, okay.
Then Shapeshifters. And I guess Lucky 13. I really like that one.
You like that one, Lucky 13?
But my favorite out of all of them is definitely Good Hunting.
Good Hunting.
That was
really?
That one was my favorite.
Okay, I thought you would have picked the which one was the one with the army with the werewolf?
The Shapeshifters.
The Shapeshifters.
Oh
right?
yeah, I thought you picked
that scene.
I for real thought that was going to be your favorite.
When he got shot and was looking with his werewolf vision, I was that was
dope.
cool.
That was cool.
That was like the coolest scene of that whole thing.
Yeah, that one was dope.
To me. I don't know what you all think, but that was like the coolest scene to me.
Yeah, no, that part was awesome too. That part was cool. All right, Kevin, give us your top picks. Have you seen them all?
Well, not the. I only stop at.
You got to Lucky 13, right?
Lucky 13, yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, you saw the majority of them. Then.
Majority. What's my favorite? What's the one with when they're in China? The Nine-Tailed Fox.
Oh, the 2D animation.
Good Hunting.
Good Hunting.
That's my favorite.
That's the one that.
I don't know the names. I just saw them.
I try to remember them, but I can't remember all of them.
It's good. I like that one.
That one's amazing.
Of course, I like that one.
Yeah, it's 2D animation, and it has that.
It's great.
And it's
and the way the robots are, it really reminds me of the Animatrix.
Mm-hmm.
And how the technology is used in that episode. I really like that a lot. And the mysticism. When you watch it, man, you'll be like, "What the hell is going on?" And then
should show you that one next. That one's great.
And the one and my other one that I like, I gotta say after like I'm looking back, Lucky 13, I really like that.
You really like Lucky 13? It was a good story.
I watched
it was very heartfelt.
Yeah,
it was a good story.
Earlier today, but it was, to me, out of the other ones, this one felt like more of a. This has a more meat to its story.
Mm-hmm. It felt more complete.
Yeah, it felt more complete, and it had an arc.
Mm-hmm.
That when it ended for the heartstrings.
Yeah,
and then,
definitely.
It makes you feel bittersweet about it.
It did. It definitely did. It was a good story from beginning to end. Yeah, it felt complete. Like you were like satisfied after watching it. Like that was good. I like that.
But the animation, man. So the creator is, what's his name? Tim.
Oh yeah, you were looking it up earlier.
Yeah,
you were telling us.
So the creator is Tim Miller, who did Deadpool,
mm-hmm.
and then the producer is David Fincher, who did Seven, Fight Club.
That makes sense.
So you got
that edgy stuff.
So
yeah.
you got the guy who could do the edgy, dark stuff, and then you got the guy who did Deadpool in this comedy. Amazing.
Mm-hmm. What's up?
If you want to see how dark this series can get, watch the Aquiliria. I'm probably butchering that one.
Mm-hmm.
Aquiliria Rift, the one that where they're a cargo ship and they jump.
Oh yeah.
That scene where he wakes up out of stasis.
Oh yeah, that one
reminded me of this movie called Event Horizon, where these guys jump through a black hole, and when they jump through the black hole, they go through hell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that
that is one of those like thriller horror movies that's just like what. And
that was
our favorite actor, Alan, was in it.
Alan, yeah.
Hey, Alan.
No, but you could really tell that these
influence,
guys influenced to it. I think for the most part, I haven't finished it, but for the most part, when you retrospectively look at it, you kind of feel like, man, these two talented guys, and you can see their influence. You can see them. They're putting their all into everything, and even though they're like short stories they got from different people,
mm-hmm.
they, animate them and assess them and make them for what to make them the shorts.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like oftentimes there's some stories that kind of, although they're great and they feel amazing because the animation's awesome, it's just that sometimes they get lost in the story. Sometimes in the shorts, they're not. I'm not gonna say they're hit or miss or like they're bad. It's just when you go and rewatch them, you're like, I feel like they're missing something, or like there's something missing.
Right.
That's why, like when I watched Lucky 13, the reason why I say it's like a complete story is because it really does. It doesn't have for the runtime it had. I don't know, what was it, like 10? Is it 10 or 15?
I think
it was about 15 minutes.
Yeah, 15 minutes.
It was able to give you enough of what the characters are, even though it doesn't explain to you a lot because it's a sci-fi. It's a sci-fi thing. So
right.
They don't explain to you what it is, but
or why they're fighting, who they're fighting.
That and the hunting one, they both give off a sense of wonder,
mm-hmm.
but sometimes they often leave out a lot of things. And most people when they watch it, I'm talking about like normal people,
mm-hmm.
they'll watch it and be like, huh? What's going on here? They'll be lost.
Right. True enough. You were going to add something, Zed?
Just talking more about Lucky 13. I said it to you guys. I was like what he said, it felt, what would you say, like complete?
Yeah, it's complete.
Like a complete short story. I was like, man, and I was telling him, I said it felt like pre-Spartan Halo, and you could have thrown this in Halo Legends, and I would have thought it was part of the lore.
Yeah, it could have definitely fit the way it worked out. It was
really cool. I liked and the things looked like the helicopter plane thing she was flying looked like a pelican from the game.
Yeah, it does. They do have that same.
So I thought it was cool like that.
Yeah.
So now let's just talk about the animation. But before we do that, you get to Jacob to finish it off.
Okay.
We left that pedestal pretty high. Let's go.
Okay. I have a lot of favorites. You guys already mentioned. Yeah.
Right.
Me being an animation connoisseur.
We all got the same degrees, man.
I know, right? Yeah, wait a minute. Didn't we all graduate from the same?
I got my degree.
Go ahead.
The animation styles, you could tell most of them were different.
Yeah.
In terms of levels, I know for one there was a certain 3D animation style that made me seem like it could be perfect for a kids show. I don't know what it was.
I'm sorry, this is not a kids show.
No, I know. But the style of it looks like it could be like a children's.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the yogurt?
Yeah, the yogurt one.
They all had that blocky body with the block and the little arms and legs. Yeah. It's very stylish.
Narrated by the Brain from Pinky the Brain.
Yeah.
Son, I knew that was him, bro.
Yeah, as soon as you hear the voice.
It was good.
Narf.
But first episode definitely was a godsend.
Yeah, it was.
To my eyes. I was like, that kaiju fight, man, she was stabbing that dude like he was in prison, son.
Shaking his ass.
That's the love part.
That's the love.
You didn't see all those little poses they did for that stabbing scene?
Jesus. Hey.
Like watching Oz.
Hey, you gotta clear the room.
Like watching Oz.
But yeah, one was definitely one of my top favorites. The 2D animations, I feel like there were 2 to 3 2D animations in there that I felt were pretty amazing in terms of fluidity. Just the dynamic angles, camera work, all of that. I just feel like there should have been more 2D animation in there, And I know every short story was its own thing, which is what I pretty much loved. One of the shorts that I liked was the farm with the insects.
Oh yeah.
That was pretty spot on. It kind of gave me like a blocky type of slow motion type of Spider-Verse type of feel.
It did have that blocky animation style too.
Yeah, it was pretty good, man. And the plot twist, every type of thing, bro.
Oh yeah.
R.I.P. Jake.
Son, that's my name, bro.
Hey, he's the one who made the great sacrifice. So.
Yeah, no, he did the thing. He definitely turned the tides of war in that one. That was a great episode too. Again, all were just like. What was the one? And this was another one I thought you were gonna really like too. Zed was the one with the It kind of had like a post-apocalyptic kind of vibe with the robots, and they were chasing down the truck so they could blow it up and steal the cargo.
Oh, I thought that's what I was telling you. I said it reminded me of that one show, Starhawks. That same animation style.
That same animation.
I thought that was cool because it was like, because the kid's like, oh man, it's like, hey, we're still alive, motherfucker.
That one was cool too. I like that.
I like
a road warrior vibe.
Yeah, it was
they
like
were chasing it down with their trucks and bikes. It was cool.
It was like Terminator and Mad Max mixed together.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was like. Terminator and Mad Max mix. That one was dope too.
But instead of like kill all humans, like let's work together, buddy.
Right. Yeah, and they had to steal the shit off the cargo. But that was cool. That was great.
He takes a piss on the CPU.
He did take a piss.
And on his butt it says brain here.
Yeah, but all in all, though, it's great. And I mentioned this, too. It's like one of the most viewed, I guess, shows on Netflix currently. Because I guess word is buzzing that this is great. You gotta watch it.
You know why? Leave those kitties alone. You want some adult animation.
You want some adult stuff.
You got some titties.
We're the ones that's watching this.
You got titties,
not the little
vaginas,
ones.
and penis everywhere.
Yeah, it's a free-for-all.
Cat's fucking on a post.
Cat's fucking on a post. Yes, thank you, cats.
But you know what's funny when you watch the trailer, the teaser trailer? Man, it's like you're getting epilepsy.
Oh yeah, you do get epilepsy watching. They just hit you with two scenes and flashes of episodes. You're like, what is that? Who's that monster? What? It's crazy.
It's like you're sitting there from that movie Next with Nicolas Cage with those little eye things on. Like,
what
the fuck?
I remember that. Exactly. Love, Death, and Robots. Check it out. It's awesome, guys. Take our word for it. Definitely. It is an animator's delight.
It sure is.
All right, next on the list, the tearjerker, Avengers EndGame, the full trailer. This is it. They're giving us what we can expect and how it's all gonna go down before they begin, I guess, phase 2 of the Marvel franchise. Go ahead, Zed.
I don't want to believe this and shut up.
Go ahead.
But there is a article, and I'm hoping this is false, that they said everything in this new trailer is not going to be in the movie. They said he purposely did that to avoid spoilers.
Okay.
I would believe that.
And I
I'll
think
believe
it'd be cool.
because they did
but
it with
that
the
last
other
scene
movie.
when they're walking on the Vinjet to go kick his ass, that still needs to be in there.
That needs to be in there.
That scene where you see...
You're like,
no, I like it, but...
No, and one scene I do feel like they do need to have happen is definitely showing Hawkeye, like, family disappearing, like that scene where you see him with his kid. They need to show that as well. Cause
I hope they do.
It's going to bring more of, like, why you're going to be on his side. Like, go cut this dude's throat.
Right.
Like screw Ant-Man going up, like these stupid memes of him going up his butt.
That's
Cut his throat.
Yes. He's about to snap.
What's this in my stomach? Oh!
It's not stupid, it's plausible.
Yeah,
Look,
true.
if Ant-Man grows to the size of the New York State building and he is brown, I'm done.
He'll be purple.
Hey, all shit is brown.
I coming out of his booty. That's funny. Ant-Man goes in Thanos' booty. Y'all too much.
That's the greatest theory ever.
Greatest theory ever. But yet, I was gonna add about the whole trailer thing. I mean, I do think that is something that Disney's doing, and it's only because when they did Infinity War, there was a lot of shots that was in the trailer that was not in the movie, and I'm like, well, where's this scene? Where's that scene? Like, we didn't even get to see the goddamn Hulk. Not really.
Second, that pissed me off.
Because, like, they showed him run. It's going down. This man ain't show up the whole movie.
Bitch ass.
No, actually, he showed up in the beginning.
In the beginning.
He got beat.
That's it. Thanos, like, put him in his place real quick. Pop, 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 pop.
So
And
his
Hulk
chain-
was like, what the fuck?
Oh, his chain, he devoed him.
He straight Debo'd Hulk in that. Exactly. What chain, punk?
Hulk.
My grandma gave me. Right? My grandma gave me that chain.
You know,
Grandma dip chain.
Go ahead.
you know what's gonna get him to get out of the Iron Man suit is something's gonna happen to Black Widow. He's gonna snap. Like,
Yeah, something happened.
Natasha!
Right.
Beat the shit out of him.
He'll just rage out. Well, I mean,
Because even, they say in the comics,
Uh-huh.
even Thanos is scared of the Hulk.
Let's get an Ant-Man, bro.
This guy Ant-Man going in his booty. It's too much.
I'm a doctor.
I mean, what happened to Ghost? Ghost could just phase in, grab his heart, and be done.
Well, I don't know. Maybe she also like
She
bit the
phased
dust.
through reality. She ain't gonna go anywhere
That's true,
with a
too.
snap.
That's true too. I don't know. We'll see what they throw in there once we get in those seats and spend our hard-earned money.
Look, we need Michelle Pfeiffer back, okay?
And Michelle Pfeiffer, yeah.
And, you know, because what are they gonna do with Captain Marvel now? Because like you see the trailer, you see them all gearing up, you don't see her in there.
During that walkthrough phase.
Doing that
But
walk-
again, that goes back to what Zed said. Like, they could just be showing us shit just to show it to us, to throw us
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to give away the movie and what they're going to do and what's going to happen. And they don't want you to be like, well, now we know she's fighting because she got gear on. She there. So, I don't know. We're just after that. It's just one of those things. They want you to just go see it and be a part of the experience.
Like, I have I would say unpopular opinion, but like, I don't think, like, you see how Iron Man was in the shot, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he was there. Like, it doesn't feel like he belonged in that trailer. That just that part when he was just walking with them. I don't know why. It just felt off.
Fell off? Okay.
Yeah, I think Stoney was like either still in space or
I mean, they showed him still in space.
Yeah.
With, what's her name?
Nova.
Nova.
Oh no.
Yeah, the blue bald head one.
No, it was Nebula. Yeah.
Nebula.
Said Nova.
I don't know where I
He
got
said
Nova.
Nova.
Look, I watched, that's like the stupid Captain Marvel with the Nova Corps. God damn.
Yeah, Nova Corps. That's what I was gonna say. Nova
Nova
Corps
Corps.
come from the no, that's gone too. But yeah, Nebula. He was still stuck in space with Nebula. I remember in the teaser trailer they showed that. The first teaser they showed him and Nebula together because when he snapped, they were the ones that were left there
Yeah.
when he left. So I don't know. Maybe he'll make his way back to Earth. His distress signal, because Pepper, she answered him and she was talking to him. I don't know. We'll see.
Nebula tells on everybody like, "Yo, my pops got a farm over there. We gotta go."
I know where he is. He told me his plans.
I
know exactly where he's heading. Jacob, what you want to add on the trailer?
What I wanted to add? Well, I'm going to see that movie 1,000,000 times, son.
I'm not gonna lie, Disney got my wallet. They got my paycheck for the next 3 months.
I know, right? It's so bad too. As much shit as we talk, we're like, here you go. We in there.
That movie's gonna be in there for over half a year.
I believe it. It's gonna trust me when I tell you this movie's gonna gross Disney so much money. It's gonna make $1 billion. I guarantee they're gonna make $1 billion.
Mickey's gonna come on live TV. He's gonna cry in front of everyone. He's be like, "Thank you for this money."
Right? We're gonna blow his nose in Homer Simpson's shirt. He's gonna look in the camera. I got Fox.
and then Disney opens his little case. I have a treat for everybody, and it opens it as a freezer. Thank you, everyone. It's Walt Disney. Thanking everybody for your Patriots.
No, it's like the American Dad episode where he's frozen and there's the statue.
Frozen in the statue, exactly.
And then something I kind of heard was,
go ahead.
You guys want a Battle Angel Alita sequel too?
That was really good.
That was really good.
That was really good.
He's been working on his Mickey.
That's a scrap.
That's about the scrap, is that he said? Son.
Just say hot dog, you get the job.
I'm so, oh my gosh. I hope they give us another bit. You guys have to see Battle Angel Alita. It is so good.
They're gonna get one because they gross a lot in China.
See, that's the thing. It did. I mean, I don't know. I guess it's up to them how Hollywood wants to handle it. Because you know how it is. They wanted to do well here because this is where we spend. Because we're the #1 consumers in the world. We buy everything and spend money on everything. So they needed to do well here to guarantee that they're going to get the money. And then if it does well overseas, well, that's good. That's like bonus. Yeah. But we needed to do really well here. And with Alita, it did okay here. But overseas in China and the other countries, it really grossed a lot. And it made them all their money back and then some. So it's kind of like, all right, well, how do we handle this? Are we going to push more towards the overseas audience, or do we need to change it so the American audience gets it? Because the movie was great, and I don't know what the reviews were talking about. That movie was way better than Captain Marvel. I don't care what nobody says.
Bro.
Alita Battle Angel, way better female character compared to Captain Marvel. I'm telling you, Lamp, you have to see Alita.
Yeah,
when you see Alita, you're going to be like, you think you were blown away with Captain Marvel? Wait till you see it.
I just thought I was blown away. I just thought I liked it.
Well, okay, you liked that. You're going to love Alita. Trust me. It is really good. Go ahead.
You want to know how good Alita is? The creator went to go see it more than 10 times.
Yeah. The guy who wrote the manga and everything in the anime, he saw it. He said, yeah, they did it right. Go ahead.
He did?
I know for one thing, hearing that Battle Angel Alita did really well, right? Mm-hmm. But the critics, yeah, forget about them. They think that, they compared it. I don't know if you guys seen that spouting around. Mm-hmm. They compared it to Star Wars Last Jedi. Uh-huh. How well the critiques of that movie did, besides Battle Angel Alita. Mm-hmm. People really hate that movie for some reason, bro.
Which one?
Battle Angel Alita. The critiques from
the critics hated it. But I mean, if you look at it,
it says critics and then fans.
Right, critics gave it 30, fans gave it 90, and then if you put it next to Captain Marvel, it was critics gave Captain Marvel 80, 90, fans gave it 40, 50 or whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. So it's well, I mean, is this movie for the fans? Who's really going to pay to see these films? I mean, it's the fans. Mm-hmm. Ain't the critics out there spending millions and millions to keep these movies, boosted up and afloat? They're not making these multi-million-dollar films for 10 people to sit in the theater and say, that's pretty good. No, they want everybody to enjoy it. So if I were them, I would keep pushing for that. I mean, before we get way too off topic. But I would definitely keep pushing for another Alita film. Because it's that good. And we shouldn't let the critics sway whether we see it or not. I mean, you can look and be like, oh, they gave it this. All right, cool, whatever. I'm still going to see it. I don't care. All right. Anything else y'all want to add to the EndGame, Lamp?
Look, he's going to say Ant-Man.
Okay, we just did the Ant-Man booty thing. All right, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I can't. That's like we can't really like go. We can't base the movie or like try to predict what the movie is based on the trailer because
we'd be wrong.
Yeah,
right.
Because like we said before, the trailer could easily like move stuff around, delete stuff, add stuff, like clickbait pretty much.
It's a fan-made trailer.
Fan-made trailer. But so like I just hope that the rumor is true that this movie is 3 hours long. I want to see 1 hour of getting the group back together, getting suited up to go to space, and I want 2 hours of Thanos on the ground getting curb stomped by the entire team until he snaps back everybody to reality. That's what I want to see.
American accent.
Wow.
Open your mouth.
That's a very powerful scene you're trying to reference.
So,
my boy.
So in a way, you want it to be like that JoJo meme.
Stop.
Where everybody
starts talking.
Oh yeah, that's me sipping the wine. All right, I'll help you.
They're just looking.
Oh wait, it's like me sipping. Oh, they're jumping that dude. Oh wait, that's Thanos. Stop. Give me back my. Give me back Punisher.
That's exactly what I want.
That's what you want to see.
I want to see everybody. I want to see Thanos on the ground like this.
And everyone in fetal position, and they just stomping him in the ground. That's funny.
What do you mean? It's gonna be Captain Marvel throwing the brick.
Just hit him in the head. He hits the ground.
And then he'll be like, I see you aimed for the head.
She throws the brick, right? Just like in Friday. He falls down, and then Hulk comes. He takes that's my chain.
And takes it back.
And then he punches him. And then you see War Machine Rhodey be like, you got nothing but
Bam, we just pretty get the movie. That's it. I'm telling you, that's all we're doing today. We're getting all these movies on point. Alright, but it's safe to say we're all hyped to go see it.
Definitely.
We're definitely gonna be there. It's gonna be worth it. Get the tissues ready.
Get the D-box ready.
We're gonna lose a lot of good characters.
I'm gonna bring air horns and confetti. Like when they all come back. Just
put in the theater.
Man, what the fuck is that?
Alright, next is the brand new
Uncharted game?
Uncharted Lara Croft Nickelodeon edition for Dora the Explorer.
I can't believe that's real.
You know what? When I told y'all, when y'all showed me that poster, I was like, this ain't real.
I regret
this
sharing
is like
that.
some porn parody image y'all sitting in my way. And then we just sat here and they were like, oh, they put out a new trailer. And then we sat here and watched it. And just as sure, Nickelodeon is doing a live action Dora the Explorer with all the characters, I guess, from the. I don't know. Honestly, I never really watched Dora.
You can't fit all the characters because I ain't see Benny the Bull. I ain't see the big red hen.
Oh yeah.
I ain't see the map. I ain't see no backpack. I hear Boots going ooh ooh ah ah like the bitch could talk. All right.
The bitch could talk. And we didn't see Swiper.
I ain't see Swiper. Yeah, I ain't see what her name. Lisa the Iguana that only talks Spanish.
Iguana that talks Spanish.
Like I know my Dora lore, right?
My Dora lore.
Don't you mean your Dora lore?
My Dora lore.
You didn't get to see none of those. Oh my gosh.
This ain't canon.
Look.
This ain't canon.
If you read the cast, apparently Swiper's in it. Benedict Del Toro.
Yes.
God bless this man for doing
I
this.
just didn't know. Is it voice acting? Is it voice acting?
Look, all I gotta say is I better see a good CGI fox. I mean, like if it's bad, I'm not gonna go see it. I'm telling you that right now.
Of course.
But I'm gonna be like, man, that Kim Possible movie looking a lot better now.
Oh no! Kim Possible came straight to DVD first.
This
bargain bin, boy.
This in Walmart in the bargain bin 2 for $5.
This Dora has a budget.
Yeah, this Dora got it, but you saw Boots.
Yeah.
Boots had all types of textures on
it. They got Michael Pena, Eva Longoria. Like, damn, son.
That's right. They're getting all the famous.
You're getting all the famous Mexicans.
Is she gonna be like how she is on Modern Family?
No. That's a different actress. That's a different actress.
Megara.
Oh, my bad.
That's
from,
she's Colombian, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
she's from Desperate Housewives. She could act like that and slapping people. You cheated on me, Dora.
Dora the novella.
It's when she goes to college.
Go ahead, Jake.
Can we all agree that Diego looks like a crackhead?
Yes.
No,
yes.
looks like an MS-13 member.
Yes.
MS-13. Oh my gosh. Son, he had the shaved head, like he looked like a typical like Mexican kid.
You know what?
He had the shaved head. He had the shirt. I was like, come on.
Do you like animals, kid?
I know, right? Go ahead.
In the trailer, I'm trying to say this with a straight face. He looked like the kid. He looks like the kid that his parents are like, "Look, go do this. You'll be famous." And he's just standing in the background, like, "Man, I don't want to be in this movie."
That's exactly how he was. That's exactly how he was.
He's like Dora. He's like, it's not even acting. He's like, Dora, can you calm down? I don't want to be here.
So, and they go to school and they have metal detectors. Like, damn, you go to a ghetto ass school.
Oh yeah, they did have metal detectors, right? And he was pulling out all her gear out of the bag, like, what the hell?
Her gadgets,
cliffhanger.
A flare, fucking flare.
She's trying to be Lara Croft.
I'm sorry, exactly. There it is.
So, I can say for one thing, is this going to be an origin story where it's like,
son, why are you thinking too much of this?
You're really digging into the story.
I'm sorry, I'm just thinking about it because it's like, why bring this live action movie out of nowhere? Why base it on a high school and then she has to go exploring? I guess this is the
You gotta catch up with Disney. They just released Kim Possible.
No. But here's one thing. Another thing. Boots. We all know Boots talks. You know.
Right.
And there's no boots on her feet.
Hold on.
So
He doesn't have boots on?
no.
There was no boots on.
He's a regular monkey.
Also, maybe then it may be an origin story where he get his boots.
Oh, when he get his Yeezys?
And then he can talk.
Then why is he called Boots?
He get his new Yeezys, and then when they get to El Dorado with the gold, some magic makes him talk.
That, you know,
because they have to make it. Because they have to make it make sense now. Because it's live action, so they just can't have some random blue and yellow monkey that talks. So it was like, all right, he's already blue and yellow, but we're gonna hold off on the talking until they find the city of lost gold, the gray and yellow. Well, no, I know he was like a bluish gray on there, but yeah, gray and yellow, whatever.
And then when they find it,
We did it.
So,
she's gonna swing side to side like this.
Hold on. You already know that's gonna be the musical number at
Listen.
the end of the movie.
Listen.
Credits.
At the end credits, they're gonna get all the cast members saying we did it.
Listen. If
Just to
that
be fun.
does not happen, I want everyone to go and give that movie a 1, a 0.
They
A
better
point.
do
Listen, it has. Look, I don't care if the first half of the movie is this serious, want to take itself serious live action bullshit. I want the second half, or at least near the end, to be like, "Do you see Swiper?" And we're like, "Yeah, let's do this, bitch! Right there, bitch!"
And you see the mouse pad coming, click, 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 click.
No, that's not Spy Swiper. Can you sell El Rojo?
And then you see the other people like, who the fuck is she talking to? What the hell is she talking to out there?
Everybody's Spanish and
it's like, come on,
Look,
Vamonos.
we need, yes, bro. The field trip better have them singing. Come on, Vamonos. Everybody, let's go.
Yeah.
Come on, let's get to it.
I know that you can do it.
Next.
Oh Lord,
This is too funny.
Where are
Look,
we going?
Dora has a big fan base, all right?
you better get the map song and the backpack song.
Oh, look,
It
look,
comes
they're
to
gonna
life.
fuck up easily, all right? They're gonna, if they don't have any of the essential that makes Dora the explorer, they already fucked up with her parents. They ain't no explorers. They mama and papa, all right? And we don't even see abuela.
Abuela's probably dead or something. She comes resurrected with a machine gun or something.
Like that one movie.
The ghost's gonna be in El Dorado with the gold. You did it.
What was that one movie? Michael J. Fox with the ghosts.
Michael J. Oh yeah.
And so he said she like comes resurrected with the gun like Ernie. You want some?
Frighteners or something like
Yes,
that.
yeah.
Frighteners. I love that movie. The Hung Judge, but that's it. We're not gonna do that.
All right.
Dora's gonna get a machine gun.
I just honestly think that they missed the chance to like just make a legit live action, not really big. It doesn't have to be big budget. It could even be put it on Netflix for like just quick laughs. Just like a live action Dora the Explorer, quote unquote movie for us to just fuck around with. Give it like sort of a Black Mirror approach. The Bandersnatch if you want to.
Bandersnatch. Oh, okay.
It'll be a little bit fun, you know,
Okay,
engaging. That would have been a lot better than whatever the fuck.
Nickelodeon. Right? We want our credit. You heard Lamp.
Wow, that seems like a better movie.
That does. I mean, but then again, when's the last time I guess Nickelodeon put out a big production film? What was the last movie they did?
Nickelodeon SpongeBob.
SpongeBob.
I guess
Sponge Out of Water.
Yeah, that one.
Their last live action one was Nacho Libre.
No, they did. Well, they did Sponge Out of Water.
Yeah, but there's certain parts.
But I'm trying to think. There
has
to be
Antonio Banderas is pirate.
Who did the Did they do Captain Underpants?
No.
No. That's DreamWorks.
That's DreamWorks. Okay. I don't know. For some reason, I thought that was Nickelodeon.
It's like a live action from Disney. It has to be Nacho Libre with Jack Black.
Well, I mean, a Sponge Out of Water, it had live action.
Yeah, but that's their property. But I mean, like an action, like a live action.
Oh, just like legit.
Yeah.
We'll have to do some research on
that.
Yeah. What do you want to add, Zed?
So there's rumors that if this does well,
no.
Let me finish. No, we're not getting No Diego Go. We're gonna get the Wild Thornberrys movie, live action.
First of all,
the mom about to fight somebody.
That was my shit.
They better hire what's his name?
Who
played the dad?
Tim Curry.
Tim Curry.
Oh,
no, but Tim Curry's so old now.
Yeah,
Tim Curry's so old now.
CGI will be good.
No, they'll probably do what's the guy's name that plays Doctor Strange? Cumberbatch.
Really?
Cumberbatch. I think he could do.
He can pull it off.
He can do Nigel.
He can do a Nigel. He can do a Nigel.
He can do Nigel. They'll just give him like the big nose and make his hair
smashing.
Yeah,
I can see. Look. If this man can pull off Khan, and then like do some crazy shit like Sherlock, he can do it.
Right, and then go do the goddamn Grinch. Like, come on, and do Smog. So trust me, he can
am dead.
He can do it.
Who's gonna do Donnie then?
I don't know.
Some
crackhead off the street.
Florida man.
Florida man just got a new role for the
Florida man hired a new Nickelodeon film adaptation. We get
Eddie Murphy to come back to play his Dora.
Play his Dora. Do the voice.
What do you mean? What do you mean? I forget the girl's name.
Eliza?
Yeah. What do you mean, Eliza?
Yeah, they can
can't go out in that jungle.
They can pick whoever for the rest of the characters.
Actually, on the topic of like Disney, the latest Disney live action film, wouldn't it be?
Well, Nickelodeon.
Yeah, Nickelodeon. Whoa. Yeah. I guess Nickelodeon published or? I mean, wouldn't it be like Ninja Turtles or Monster Truck? I think it was Monster Truck, right?
Oh yeah, Monster Truck. It's got the guy who plays MacGyver.
Yeah, and they had the truck, and they had like the monster inside the engine.
Dumb
he was
what
rolling.
the fuck?
What happened?
Dude, it was weird.
So dumb.
Nah, the movie was just terrible.
It was weird.
It was
weird.
It's a kid movie, bro. It's like kids are like this. Everybody else was like, "What the hell is this?" They shouldn't.
They shouldn't.
But then again, you watch a lot of stuff when you're little, and you're like, "Oh,
we want Street Sharks."
And then we watch Street Sharks. And when you get older, you're like, "Oh, this is kind of terrible." Why did I watch this again?
Why is Tobey Maguire walking down the street?
Trust me, it is. It is what it is.
Well, you want to give your kid a favor, just make him watch Spider-Verse 100 million times.
Yeah, exactly.
Or Beetlejuice.
Until the sequel
watch quality. Watch quality stuff, kid.
Watch Beetlejuice.
I just have one last thing to say.
Go ahead.
We got more. We got more to say about Dora.
I know. I thought that was it. Because,
well, like the movie, the way it feels almost like what's it called? The Hey Arnold movie. Like the same plot. They're looking for Arnold's parents. They go to this jungle-ish Aztec area. Friends from school go out and help, go on the adventure, all that stuff. End up trying to save a whole bunch of colony of people. It just sort of had that sort of vibe. So
yeah, but you know how it works.
This here.
No, because it's a cartoon.
and also, it's because we were waiting for them to show us.
We were anticipating this movie.
His kids.
Yeah. I don't remember saying, "Mom, I want Dora the Explorer, the live action movie, to come out. When
No, I want Arnold.
I don't know who his parents is.
They've been promising us this movie for years.
Yeah, for real. No, this movie
Like
was supposed to come out a long time ago.
When the series ended, it's like, get ready for the movie. And then, like, a century went by, and we're like, Nickelodeon, we're finally releasing the Hair On movie. Wait, what? That's actually happening?
I know, right?
And then they released it, and we're like, wait, when did they release it? On TV?
I know, right? When the hell did it come out?
They kind of just push that out quick, and they
They
shoot
did.
it under the rug.
And they don't
we're just
rerun
like,
them. They don't rerun it.
That's so dumb. That's a waste of money.
That's Nickelodeon, dude. I don't know what they got going on, but whatever.
doing it better than Cartoon Network.
It is what it is.
But like, well, I would like to say a positive.
Uh-huh.
Mexican people are getting jobs.
Yay!
Nacho Libre.
Well, first of all, Jack Black is white. All right.
Too
Jack
much.
Black is
Too
black.
much. Right, Jack Black is white.
Yes, it is true. I am Nacho.
All right, so that's all of our topics. So we're in the quickfire zone now.
The not so
y'all.
quick.
The not so quick quickfire.
I actually have hope for this one.
I do too.
Boy, the door is right there.
We're on a good path. So first one, quick mention here: James Gunn is back.
Yep.
Disney put him back on board for the next Guardians of the Galaxy. 3. This is great news.
Yeah, it's
I'm
amazing.
glad
I'm
to-
happy.
Glad to see him back.
I'm
He's
not
in the
scared
seat.
anymore.
Right. I think the threat of all the actors saying that they were going to walk off if he didn't come back helped a little bit. But yeah, as it's just great news.
And-
Glad he's
and-
there. We'll get his genius on the script.
And the fact that he was already working with DC,
yeah,
and they're like, oh, nah, we need a cut of that.
Right,
Yo,
yeah.
James Gunn, I'm sorry, my boy.
No, you gotta do it right. They got down on a knee.
Yeah.
And they were like,
please.
Tenerius came in and was like, bend the knee. And they were like, all right.
No. It's more like Disney's like, hey, listen, girl, look, what I said about you, no lies, no lies. Look, DC, they're cool, but come on.
Come on, you know your home.
You made me money. Come on.
For real, they got him back. That's great though.
But
I'm good he's back.
But he got his job with DC too, so win.
Yeah, it's a win-win for him, really.
He won.
He'll be doing Guardians, and then he'll be doing Suicide Squad with DC once he's done with
Which
that.
Heimdall left Disney or DC.
Yeah, I mean, might as well. So they killed his character off.
He's taking a break.
He died in the first 15 minutes of.
Why you gotta do that to my boy?
Yep, gone. All right, take that sword. Oh my goodness. Anything else y'all want to throw in there?
It was just happy,
right.
man.
Yeah, just
I'm
happy.
just
Just
excited.
kind of throw it. Go ahead.
I want to see a flashback with Yondu.
I would love to see that.
That would be nice.
They should.
Yondu.
Because Michael Rooker said, I'll come back. He wanted to come back just because he came back.
Right.
And he was like, look, if you want to do some shots with like flashbacks and stuff.
Right.
With James Gunn sat there and he's like, that might be a good idea.
That might be us. Go ahead. What do you want?
Oh, just one thing. Does that mean like Disney have a spy now for DC?
A spy for who knows?
No, contracts.
No.
Yeah.
No contract.
It just has to be at least.
That was dumb. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I
I was hoping for some juice.
In both contracts, it says you cannot share information that is not public to the other
But
companies.
there are people that do quote unquote spy when they announce things and they like, what's that? Yo, look, they're doing this.
Right, and you be seeing those like screenshots and the fucking like pictures from the set on somebody's cell phone running up the street. You're like, oh shit, what are they working on? So yeah.
It's also how we got ants with Bugs Life.
Yeah, exactly. Next, I mean, we're already talking about Disney. They finally merged the whole Fox deal. It went down. It happened on the 20th of March, so.
Destiny would arrive!
Right? The mouse grows. But, I mean, the silver lining in all this, I know it's not good to have, like, one company kind of monopolizing everything, because it kills the creative juices to see what somebody else would do with it.
Yeah.
Because we already know what to expect from Disney. But from my end of it, I'm just glad that I get to see what could possibly come out of like the X-Men franchise and Fantastic Four. So I'm hoping they'll incorporate them in some sort of way. I mean, how dope would it be to watch EndGame and then they throw in like a X-Men Easter egg or something?
Like,
I'll fall out of my goddamn seat. Just faint right there in the theater.
Freaking see Magneto comes through.
Right, or something, or like
Clea would faint too.
Oh yeah, Clea would definitely fall out.
Benedict Cumberbatch to stay as Magneto, and James McAvoy as
James McAvoy. Yeah,
those two are like perfect for that role.
No, what's his face plays Magneto. You're getting them confused. Benedict Cumberbatch is Doctor Strange.
I know he played in Assassin's Creed. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he was
Michael
in the Alien.
Fassbender.
Yes, Michael Fassbender.
That's my mom loves him.
She loves Michael Fassbender.
He's
She
great.
loves
He's
Michael
great.
Fassbender,
He's
Magneto.
awesome.
Did you see Snowman?
I saw something. He is like him and Xavier, like Magneto and Xavier are like the saving grace of those movies, and Hugh Jackman.
They are
but now that
bros.
he's out, so like they were the saving grace of the whole X-Men when they started to revamp them and bring them back again. So they're also great actors. But yeah, we'll get to see what Disney does with it now, how they tie it in. I definitely would love to see an Avengers versus X-Men movie because that is a thing.
But wait,
Rumors.
But before you do that, you gotta sit into this Dark Phoenix.
Oh yeah. All right, we still got to get through Dark Phoenix, and we still got to get through the 50 Shades of Mystique. But go ahead.
Shut up.
I'm sorry.
There are rumors, and these are just rumors, that they're gonna reboot the X-Men series, not after Dark Phoenix, but like right now. Like the other X-Men movies that were coming out, like New Mutants and Dark Phoenix, axe.
Oh really? Okay.
And they're just gonna continue.
Okay.
Like restart.
Just go ahead and just restart from there.
Yes, and just bring them into the Marvel Universe.
The
MCU. My theory was, and I think this would be cool, is this is all the universe we got right now in the MCU, and then the X-Men come from another universe.
And kind of like pull them in.
Yeah.
When Thanos go like, he slaps back reality.
That's what I'm saying, and that's how you get X-Men versus...
You get mutants. You get mutants.
I don't know. They'll figure it out.
Scarlet Witch is like, I'm a what?
Yeah, right, for real. I'm a mutant. My daddy, who?
Who? It's me. You forgot? Where's my son? He's not. But I have my other son.
Right, bringing the Quicksilver everybody likes. Hey.
From Kick-Ass.
Yeah, just bringing the Quicksilver everybody likes.
Was that too fast for you?
Go ahead. What you want
You think we'll see? I mean, well, now I think like this, like since we had the Simpsons on there too, right?
Yeah,
I think
that's
they'll have
all
like a Marvel crossover with a couch gag.
I mean, well, they did a Thanos one.
For real?
Yeah. Zed sent it to us a while ago. Look, when we're done, I'll show it to you. But they did a Thanos
You know
one.
what that was?
Thanos came in and snapped his finger, and the only person that lived was Maggie, the baby, and she put the pacifier in his gauntlet glove. I have to show it to you, but yeah, they already did that.
Holy crap! I need to see that.
Son, the Simpsons, time and time again, have predicted the future. They know time travel. Somebody knows time travel on that writing board.
Somebody.
Because everything they say have came into fruition. I'm telling you, they know it. They see some sort of pattern or writing in the solar, in the stars. Yeah,
that's why Disney got them.
Because now they got the power. Yeah, they need the power of the Simpsons.
Should have known.
It was a bigger plot.
It was a bigger plot.
They got the time.
So they start knocking on Kevin's door. And
Disney, please open the fuck up. That's not
Kevin's
real.
door. No.
I'm sorry. They take me. They take everybody.
You rat. That's it. No more SiXFrames.
Are you Zed? No.
Don't matter. They're taking everybody. Go ahead. What you want to add for me?
Well.
Are you looking it up?
Oh, I knew about this when the merger happened.
Which
is kind of bad news because of this merger. 4,000 people are gonna lose their jobs. Yeah, that's what happens when companies buy out other companies. That's another thing. And the studio division called Fox 2020, they're gonna be shut down. So this studio this studio division, they worked on The Devil Wears Prada, The Life of Pi, Hidden Figures, and The Hate You Give, which is one of the movies I felt really interested. It kind of related to the current situation that black people face. Right. It was a pretty good movie, but it just kind of sucks
because they're shutting down that studio.
Yeah, so I don't know what kind of. I don't know if we'll have a movie kind of like genre, in that type of market.
Right, being under Disney. That's true too.
It's like
because they like that clean. But I mean, but then again, now keep in mind sometimes Disney, because Disney owns shares with other companies and like Miramax and I can't think of the other one. I want to say Paramount. I could be wrong.
ABC.
They
bought Paramount.
And so like they'll still produce films and movies, and it won't say like Disney across of it. It'll just have Miramax or whatever the case may be, and it still may be like a rated R movie or a movie about current events, whatever the case may be. So I don't know. We'll have to see how they handle it from this point forward.
Because Disney will give like movies that they would never produce to those studios.
Right. Exactly.
So R-rated movies.
So keep in mind, because now they get Aliens, now they get Terminator, now they get Predator, and so those movies are rated like you
what
can't.
What happened? It will be burning flames.
So like you can't just not make those movies rated R. Like come on, Aliens, like be for real. You cannot make Aliens rated R.
I just see Sigourney Weaver smoking a cigarette. Well, now you're disappointed.
Like that makes no sense. So
or I got it.
Uh-huh.
You see the scene where you see Disney as the alien, and then the little girl, Ripley. You see Paramount or Fox. Get away from her, you bitch! The sandwich gets in the mech.
All right.
Still the coolest scene in that movie.
To end things off, I guess he could finally say this is the Disney's House of Mouse.
Oh my god! I remember that.
House of Mouse.
That's good.
No, when the villains took over.
The House of Mouse. Yeah.
When the villains took over.
Yeah, that's it. The House of Mouse.
Yeah, you did good.
You're on fire tonight.
And no dad jokes so far.
No, he's on fire tonight.
Keep it that way.
All right, next quickfire. Which one was this one? Black Summer? Yeah, Black Summer. Can't remember the handwriting. Black Summer trailer we just watched. Yeah, it looks cool. You know what? It gives me a vibe of like the whole 28 Days Later a virus outbreak. So they're not really like zombies, but it's like a rabies type of thing that affects the brain and makes you go like rabid and vicious and primal and just want to, bite and attack and keep the disease spreading to go out. At least that's what I kind of felt watching it. But yeah, no, it looked cool. I'm into the whole zombie thing too, so I'll definitely give it a look. See, Zed, I know this is your expertise. What are you feeling from it?
I feel like that's kind of like the hammer and the nail, but we won't know until like a trailer too.
Right.
If they're gonna make one, because I think it's like what comes out in 2 months or something like that.
Yeah, it's right around the corner. We'll get it soon.
There's different kinds of zombies. There's the OG ones, which are voodoo, and then you got the ones which we got with George Romero, which were from an asteroid. Toxic waste.
Toxic waste. Yeah.
And then you got the ones that came out in the 90s, which is how we got Resident Evil, which is a government virus
conspiracy.
Seriously. Which is more realistic if that actually happened.
Right.
So I think it is it's like what you said. It's kind of like the rage virus, which is what 28 Days Later is. It's not really zombie, it's more rage.
Yeah.
But it is a form of like the World War Z virus, where it's like a rabies.
Right.
Because if you see, they're not like decaying. Well, it's like they're like fresh start out of the day one.
Right, from what we saw in the trailer.
Outbreaks. Yeah, but you do see some people are like missing skin or have bullet holes in them and they're running. So if it was the rage virus, you don't have to do a headshot. You just have to mortally wound the body like a human would. So if I shot you in the heart, if you were infected like with the rage virus, you'd be dead. So these are more zombies than rage virus.
Okay.
So that's my theory on it. But the trailer, it was like day one, people running, screaming, going, "What the fuck?" Run into the military. Military's like, "We can't take anybody else." Okay. Yeah, that's it. And then you see the mom saying, "Just stay with them. We'll get to you." Right, some shit goes down, and it's like, run into this place, run into that place, and calling in the air duct. And what's that noise behind me? Oh shit!
That was it. Bam, trailer. You want to add something, Kevin?
It got me a lot of I was saying Legends, but it's I Am Legend with Will Smith.
Yeah, but those were vampires.
I know.
Everybody's saying zombies.
I know. I correct people on that. I correct people on that too.
TNT, watch Will Smith fight zombies. They're fucking vampires.
No, I know they're vampires. But
you're just saying
the feel of the movie felt like that. It felt like Will Smith, like, what the fuck is that? And then you don't know what they are because in the trailers, with I Am Legend, but they're coming at you fast,
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I got.
What you're saying, like the first I Am Legend trailer? That's what you're
Yeah,
saying.
like
yeah,
that.
where you see him looking for Sam, and then he sees the thing, and you see him run out.
Yeah,
Right,
like you don't know they're vampires. You just think there's a creature.
Right, you know what the hell is chasing.
Yeah,
that's true.
exactly.
Which we're still waiting for that game. When's it coming out?
Never.
Yeah, goddamn never.
You said 2018.
You guys want to add anything on the trailer that you picked up from it?
Are you gonna watch
it? Cool. Not your cup of tea.
Well,
Whatever.
not really my cup of tea, but I can say with the shaky cam that they use,
Goddamn monkey holding that shit.
it needed some focus, son. It needed to be held in place. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't think I'll watch it.
They went to school with J.J. Abrams.
That shit gave me seizure, man. I'll be flashing.
Or did you want to add on it, Lamp, before I go to the next one?
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm hoping it's a little bit more, if it's fast paced as the trailer, puts out to be, I'll probably give it a watch. I'm not really into, like, the whole zombie scene. It's pretty one-sided sometimes. Other times it's just, like, pretty predictable. It's a thing that I've seen over and over, even when playing games sometimes. I sort of know how there's a formula that goes with every sort of zombie outbreak or whatever.
Cause and effect.
Right.
Yeah, it is So I'm just hoping that if they're gonna tackle a new element, Miles, just like if they tackle a new element that's like that sort of drifts the entire story, like a whole new perspective and direction. Let me know. I'm all about that. Taking the cliche and just flipping it on its head and just doing something completely new. Okay. So you just let me know, all right? All right, buddy?
All right. And then last on the Quickfire list, we have the John Wick 3 trailer.
Puppy's Revenge.
Puppy's Revenge.
Did you see the trailer thing they popped on Instagram today? Because it was International Dog Day.
Oh, and they had
it was like
his
he was
dog.
a good boy. And you see it's all the shots of the dog.
Oh, that's awesome.
God bless his soul.
But yeah, I mean that new trailer just looks like 1,000 times more intense.
Matrix reference.
Yeah, the give me guns, lots of guns. Yeah, I mean, I'm hyped for it. Again, like I said before, like this is like one of the greatest like film franchises he's joined besides The Matrix, to me at least, for Keanu Reeves. And so I'm looking forward to it. He's definitely gonna rule because he does good with playing those strong, silent type characters. Where I'm here, I gotta do a mission, I need to get it done. I'm effective at it. Here's my skill set.
Like in Speed,
and he executes.
Those are cans.
We're not trying to talk about the bad Keanu Reeves.
You can't go below 50.
We're talking about the
that's
good
his
Keanu
breakout role as an action hero.
Yeah, it is.
And what's the other movie with Patrick Swayze?
Oh,
Point Break?
Yes, Point Break.
Point Break.
When he shoots in the
R.I.P. Patrick Swayze.
Oh my gosh, Point Break. Goodness gracious. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I know I'm definitely going to move to see this. I can't wait. That's that shot where he's like fighting that one guy in the hallway and he grabs a knife and he's just like throwing like 5 or 6 knives in the guy's chest. I was like, oh yes, I'm here for all this.
My favorite part is like he's like, oh, this gun's out of ammo. Throws it like an axe.
Yeah, it just hits the guy when he falls back. Like, what the hell?
My favorite part was when he singled out this one person. He just shot him like 10 times. Like, goddamn, he's dead.
I gotta make sure. I gotta put the whole clip in.
He probably was shooting at him a lot and he got pissed. And every gamer knows when a guy's shooting you a lot and you find that mofo, you emptying the clip.
Yep.
You are like, you son of a bitch.
You gotta remember from what takes place from the last film is that he's excommunicado. With like a $4 billion bounty or something like that.
Yes,
he's got a high bounty on his head. So everybody's like, so this guy's out and there's a huge bounty. Except everybody's gonna be like, except. New kids who want to make a name for themselves, except.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Old guys that know they can use the money, except.
Exactly. So everybody's out to get them.
And they all died because of a dog.
Motorcycle.
Yeah, you all gonna die because of my dog.
No, it's not just because of the dog.
He was a good boy.
He's a good boy. He's a good boy.
Hey, I'm looking forward to see Halle Berry and her 2 German Shepherds go at it. Hey. That's gonna be cool.
That looked awesome. That little clip where it showed them jumping over the table and
attacking those 2 dudes. Go for the throat.
Take his kids.
Take his kids.
I wonder if they're gonna do what if they're gonna talk about what some police officers do with the canines, or they remove their canines and they put like stainless steel where they are, because there's some people that wear like type of Kevlar and stuff. so it'll penetrate the Kevlar with those canines.
Oh, so it's like dog grills?
Yeah.
No, like best way I can describe it. Best way I can describe it, and I hate using this movie as a description because damn it, Triple H. Blade 3.
Oh yeah.
Triple H had metal fangs.
Put in. Yeah.
So it's like that with the canines, so they can bite through Kevlar. So I wonder if those German Shepherds are going to be like that.
That would be cool if they had like metal cannon. That'd be dope.
You see them growling, you just see that shine. It's like, oh boy, they look pretty, but they bite my arm.
Did you want to add on, Jacob, before we wrap it up?
Yeah. I am looking forward to this movie to the absolute death of me. Like I want to see this, and one of my favorite shots from the trailer was John Wick and the bald dude that he's fighting against. Mm-hmm. You're kind of looking at each other, but looking at the glass, a window behind them full of weapons, trying to grab it so that they could make the first move. That was kind of like funny to me. And with all this dog talk, I'm just wondering if Scooby Doo is gonna come in.
Okay,
for the live action.
You were on a streak, and you killed it.
He was doing good, and then he came with the Scooby Doo live action.
And
Lamp is looking at you like, this motherfucker.
You have wax in your wings, man?
Look, hold on. Scooby Doo's gonna come in here and slap you. Be like, don't make fun of me that way. And Shaggy's gonna be like, yeah, man, it's not cool. Right.
Oh my goodness.
Fred's gonna come in and be like, gang, I got a plan.
That's what happens.
We're gonna throw Jacob in the back of this van.
I can't believe you did.
How
will you fly up into the sun?
He was
Kid
Icarus.
Icarus here.
No, he was legit Icarus. He wasn't Kid Icarus. He was legit. So his wings are wax.
You're so good throughout this thing.
That's what happens
you just
when you're
fly in the sun.
When you're the hero, you live long enough to become the villain.
No, he was the villain from the start. You just didn't know.
Thank you, Two-Face.
All right.
Gotta use that joke sometime.
Well, that's it. That wraps it up for
Another
episode of Six Frames Poopcast.
Dora the Explorer.
Swiper, no swipey. Fuck that. Bang.
What do you mean? It's additional tutorial. It's gonna be swiper, no swipey.
She's gonna be like, I don't know whether to be afraid or sexually aroused.
Look, listen.
You don't know how old the fox is in the movie.
Oh my god.
I'm an old man.
Alright, y'all. That's it for tonight.
I'm just saying, I want part of when Swiper's about to swipe something, I want these able to say swiper, no swiping 3 times to get that bitch off the screen.
Oh, please, he's gonna be like, what you gonna say? Swiper, no swiping?
Oh my god.
We're gonna have them quick hands.
Episode 14. Woo! What's up, guys? Lamp here. Thank you for listening to Six Frames Podcast. If you like what you heard, consider subscribing to our YouTube channel at SiXFramesPodcast. Don't forget to click the bell for notifications. If you want to talk directly to us, feel free to email us at SiXFramesPodcast@gmail.com. That's SiXFramesPodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Podbean and Apple Podcasts. Don't forget to subscribe and rate. You can also follow our artiazes on our social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Take care and stay wild.